Hi guys, Mab here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Mab and I do anything and everything DIY. So if that's your thing, then don't forget to smash the subscribe button and turn your notification bell so you will be the first to know the moment I upload a new video. And for today's video, we will be doing a DIY bridal bouquet because normally here in our country it costs like 10,000 pesos or around $200, and of course that would increase depending on the flowers and the arrangement that you're going to be choosing. But in my case, I only did use a budget of like $20 or $30 and definitely not more than that. So if you'd like to see how that goes, then keep on watching. First off, we're gonna go with the materials. We'll be needing a styro ball, something as big as this, or like imagine yourself holding it like that, or something bigger than this if you'd like to. Of course, the flowers, I've chosen here black roses with black stems and leaves, and peonies just for variation that you wouldn't really notice as much because it's all black. And then for the accessories, I'm choosing these skulls. I got 3 of them. Now ribbons, like an inch thick ribbon that I'll be using for the bottom of it and for, I don't know what you call that, but basically just for design. Of course, scissors and glue gun and glue stick. Lots of glue sticks. First thing that we need to do is to cut off 1/4 of the sphere. So if this is half, I would like to cut off this part and remove it, or it's up to you if you want to cut it up to this, because I would like to hold it like as a ball really. And that's that. I'm just gonna use a cutter for that. So that's that. Let's work on removing the flower itself from the stem on how much you think you'll be needing. So as for me, I'll do 2 sets first. So that's a total of 12 roses and I think 3 peonies. And you can either just pull it out or you can cut it like 2 centimeters, I guess, or an inch from the stem, so you can just poke it as well as glue it in so it'll be more secured. So you can just use anything you can cut it with. You can either use pliers, cutter, or I think this is the one that you use for plants. Let's try it out. So 1 down, so you can see it's just that small. So I can put a glue in here and then poke it in. So again, it'll be more secured. Now don't you worry about the stem and the extra leaves, because we will be able to use this as a decor for our DIY banner. Now I'll just be cutting like 2 sets of these. Now we'll start with around 1/2 inch allowance, and we'll do it at a 45-degree angle because the petals are still gonna spread out, so we can make more room and make it really dense. For the flowers we'll be putting right here, this is just gonna be poked at a 90-degree angle, just straight up. And to do that, we'll be getting this paper, this carton, and we'll be sticking it at the bottom right here. Now, if you don't have this, you can just use a parchment paper, trace the bottom, and then glue it in. Make sure to press it in real hard. Glue gun broke, so I'm just pressing the glue stick in as of now. And we'll try to make it work as much as we can. And I'm just filling in the gap, as you can see, like right between the styropor and the carton that we have. So that's that. Now, we'll be gluing this in. Make sure to cover the bottom and the stick as well. And then again, poke it in at a 45-degree angle. Just like so. Hold it in for a few seconds, then let it go. And then we'll be doing the same thing all around. And we'll just continue for the rest of it, and then I'll show you the next layer. So there we go. I'm done with the first layer. And then I used exactly 11 flowers for this. Now, we'll be putting the second layer alternate to the first layer on top. I mean at the bottom. Just like that. And put it at a 90-degree angle. Now, before I put in the roses, I'll be putting in 3 peonies, which definitely has larger petals and is a larger flower than the rose. Comparing it, the peony, which is this, okay, you can see that, and the rose from this, everything's black, so it's almost double the size. So I'm planning to put that in right here and one right here. And just same thing, glue it in from the base up to the stem. Just like so. I hope you can see it this way though. Now we'll start filling it in with the roses. Now as you can see, there's a big space here. No, you cannot see that. Okay, I'm so sorry if it's hazy. I would really need to focus or click on the autofocus on the black flower because you can't really see it that much. So again, here's the peonies, 3 big ones. And then I did put 2 roses right beside the peonies. But as you can see, there's a large gap in here. So we'll put it right above, just like here. Just to fill that in, because another rose would not fit in here, okay? So there you go, that's what happened. Just like half an inch or less than half an inch higher than the stem of these 2 flowers. And it elongated the petals so it could fill it in. And we'll just continue doing the same thing on this side. 1 flower here, 1 flower here, and then the other stem right around here. Got it? And of course, same thing here. Now, you can just start filling it in. And again, just do alternates so that everything's gonna be equal and there will be no spaces in between. And you can definitely do it however you'd like, with how many different types of flowers that you'd like, depending on your motif, on your, like the theme color that you want it to be. But as for me, I prefer to have fake plastic flowers because first off, I would love to have black flowers for my bouquet. And there's no real black flowers that would last forever unless it's plastic. And I would really love to keep it and prepare it ASAP months before the wedding. So at least a month before the wedding, me and my husband would have nothing to worry about and just have everything complete and just focus on our diets months before. Now, since I ran out of flowers like roses with stems, I'm gonna get my backup flowers, which are roses too, but I bought it in dozens, and it's just the rose head. I don't know what you call it, but it's all stemless. There you go. So I'll just start filling this in. Now, onto the skulls. And I'm really excited about this. Now, got here a space where I can glue in the skull, just like that. And I'll find the other 2 spots where I'm gonna put it in. And basically just gonna glue it right here and stick it in here. That's it. Now, we already have the glue right on the skull right here, like at the back of the skull. Now, we cannot stick it in right away. We have to let what, 20 seconds pass, but not really let it dry, because this will just melt the styropor. So, blow it out a little. And then, once you stick it in, you hold it in place. Don't let it go just yet. Don't let it go until you feel that the glue has already dried out. If you want to blow it out too, just go ahead and do so. Do whatever you can to let it dry faster. Okay, so now it looks like it's not moving anymore. And we'll just do the same thing and search for a spot. Now, I'm good with this. As plain and simple and minimalist as it can be. Another option for you is to get the leaves out of the stems that we had earlier and stick it in between for just some more dimension, or to fill in the gaps. Or you can just get this part, just the one at the tip, or get it all, cut it out, and poke it in to have smaller leaves that just comes right in between as a filler. And then another option would be to get the leaves and stick it right here. If you want to do it that way, or front facing, of course, because this is gonna be the under part, the under part, the bottom of your bouquet that you're gonna be holding in that no one can see because it's got these ugly little stems right here. So that's just an option, or you can just get your ribbon, glue it in here, just like what I'm gonna do later on, which I'm gonna show you, of course. But as for me, I guess I'm just gonna cut the leaves one by one and then just poke it in randomly everywhere as a filler. And as for this, since it has no wire in it, you can either use your pliers, which works, or if you don't have one, just use scissors. But still, we're gonna be gluing this in. We want everything to be secured, especially that you're gonna be throwing this in. I'm getting the most stems I could get and just poke it in. Start wherever you want to start, or put it anywhere you'd like to put it, as many as you'd like. It's up to you. It's your bouquet. Okay, almost done. Now we're just gonna have to take care of the bottom part, which is this part. And we'll be needing our ribbon for this. Now, let's see. I want it to be right around here. So we'll be cutting with this length. I think we'll go for 20 for now. Cut it into size, fold it in two, and stick it right here. Right around here, like the whole circumference. Now, as for the handle, I got here the carton of a tissue roll. And then I just stick in some plastic inside to make it more dense so it would not be crushed easily. And then I'm just gonna wrap this up with a duct tape, like right here at the bottom, and then here in the middle, so it'll be sturdy. And we're gonna do that by sticking the bottom onto the duct tape, and then we'll be cutting it in strips, just like this. Like, I think 3 strips would be enough for now. And then just make sure to stick it into the direction of the tape. And same thing goes for the other side. Left goes to the right. Right goes to the middle. And then the middle goes upwards. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. Okay, now that we have that, I know it's ugly. Like, look at that shit. And then we're gonna wrap it up with duct tape. And there you go. That's that. But don't you worry, I know that's ugly still. But then again, we're gonna be covering it up with this purple ribbon. Now let's light this up first. Then we'll be gluing this in. Press it in hard to keep it smooth, and then roll it around. While the glue is still wet, this is your moment to actually have it adjusted. See that? Now we'll cut that off. And then we'll glue this in. Okay, do it one more time. This is where this ribbon comes in, the one that we cut in earlier, for the ugly parts. So we can hide the ugly parts. Looks like that. We've got a clean black bottom. And then this is the one that we're gonna be sticking to the bottom of the bouquet. Just like so. Okay, now to stick it in, to connect your handle to your bouquet, to the bottom of your bouquet, you can either stick in toothpicks in here and then stick it in right here. But then again, before you do, use a glue gun, or as for me, since we don't have toothpick in here, I'm gonna be using a wooden chopstick, measuring it up from here to here. So if you need to cut it, just go ahead and do so. So what we're gonna be doing is we'll poke a hole in the middle. Now what I'm gonna do is stick the glue gun in the hole and like fill the hole in, the part that we stick in, with glue up to the top. Then stick it in and then twisting it around while we do so. Then just keep it in place until it dries out. Then we'll be gluing this in place. Now while we're holding this in, so the glue inside will dry out. So this is hard and sturdy now. We will poke a hole in the middle, which you can do in two ways. Either get your scissors, get a sharp object, a knife, an X-Acto knife, a cutter, or since it's not working as good as I thought it would, we'll get the glue gun, hot glue gun, and just let the glue melt first. Once that's done, make sure to quickly, very quickly, apply the glue on your stick. Then stick it right in, slowly. Whew. Okay, that looks pretty. Looks like it worked. We'll glue it in some more. Then push it in. Now I'm gonna hold it like this until it dries out fully. So what I did was glue this in, and then this end we'll be gluing it up to the handle, like up to an inch. You can see that, up to the handle, and that's gonna be for additional support. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this ribbon, glue it right here, from here to here. And then this end, we'll be gluing it from here, an inch on the handle up to here. So we can keep it steady, just like this one. And don't worry about the glue webs, because you can remove those later on. So there we go. I'm just gonna be filling this up opposite directions. Now, the reason why I did this last, even though it's a hassle because we already have the flowers on top, is because I haven't decided yet if I would like to have this. So I just wanted to see it, just like a tiny bit of color right here. You can definitely make a longer one if you'd like to. But as for me, that tiny bit already adds a touch of color to it, so that's good. If you've already decided that you want this ribbon to be in here, I would really highly suggest for you to do this first before putting in your flowers, okay? Now I'm just gonna be dealing with the rest of it and then I'll be back. Okay, now that I'm done, I did it alternating. So you can leave it just like this. So it's gonna look like that. The front. I don't know which really is the front. But anyway, another option that you could do is fill it up some more. Just like so. Or you can just cut this in half. So it's just gonna be having ribbons like this, which is definitely easier and faster. And then of course you can cut this just like this, or you can just cut it diagonally. It's definitely up to you. Now, as for me, I'm still deciding on what to do with it, because I pretty much like it having alternates just like this. But let's see. I'm gonna try to fill it up. Still doing alternates, opposite direction, so I know that it's even, kind of even, because I'm just eyeballing it. But again, it's up to you. Okay, now I'm done. I decided to just fill it up, just like so. So it's gonna look like this. And then it's up to you. You can definitely skip any of the parts, any of the steps that you don't like, and add if you'd like to. And then again, you can still add some more if you want. Now, let me show something to you. There you go. It looks ugly and dirty for now. So what we're gonna do is I will be putting in like long strips of ribbons that I'll be gluing here, using this strip as my guide. Just basically gluing it from here. And I guess 1 meter. Anyway, you can cut it later on if you think it's too long. So I'm gonna go for that. 1, 2, 3. Now, I think 3 would be enough, just this long. So let's measure that up. Same thing goes for the other end. Now we're just gonna be gluing this in. Again, if you want to do it clockwise, counterclockwise, alternate, opposite directions, it's up to you. Okay, so as you can see, that's ugly. And this part too. So what we're gonna do is just wrap one more layer of the ribbon. Just wrap it around just like so until we get to the end. And that's pretty much it. But this is just optional. You're gonna hold it anyway. It's up to you. Just want it to be really clean and smooth. So let's see. So I'm gonna start right here at the bottom. And I'm gonna glue it in slightly diagonal so we can cover everything. If the glue is too hot, you can just use the lighter to press it in. Then just wrap it around. Then right about at the end, I'm gonna be gluing it in like 1 inch to cover everything. And we're done. Just fix this up. If you want to cut this and even for layers, it's up to you. If you want it longer, shorter, cut the ends, however you'd like. Just go ahead and do so. Okay, now as a bonus, maybe you're thinking why we have these flower heads in here, the stems of leaves, the cutout leaves right here, is because as for some tradition or countries, is that they use rice grains and then shower it all over the bride and groom right after the wedding while getting out of the ceremony, and we don't want that. We don't want the rice grains, so instead we're going to be using these flower heads and then the cutout leaves that we had for the scraps. You can cut out as small as this, or you can cut out just like this. And if you do it like this, it's going to be a lot easier because you're just going to be pulling it out from the stem, and that's it. Now, of course, if you've got more time, or if you want to make it seem like a lot more than what it is, cut it out just using a scissors rather. Cut it out just like so. And that's it. If you want to cut this out the same length for the stem of this one, go ahead and do so. But if not, it's totally fine. You can leave it like this. And then that's it. This is going to be the one your entourage is going to be throwing at you basically after the ceremony, getting out of the ceremony venue. I'll just show a clip. It might sound weird, or I might not be explaining it correctly. But anyway, that's what it is. So I'll just be cutting up some more leaves. And what I'm gonna do, by the way, is this will not be thrown away after the wedding. We're gonna gather this, and I'm gonna use this for decor or for future DIY. Subscribe!